Ekosiisen is live and airborne on the 18th day of February 2022. Meeting your Saibonsu from now till 6:30 p.m. We want to thank you so much for staying faithful to this brand, Asempa FM. Your frequency near 94.7. Media Tunedin, Ekosiisen, Media Saibonsu. Welcome to Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. Ekosiisen live on Asempa FM. On my hand, Kwabena Santi Atna said the Munimino. M'ahiasem segment Bebremo ene fiada. Bamamena yen production team no ase papa. Dominic Kisi Yaboa, Nana Chumberema, Jackson Osei in Tiamoa. Yawo Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yayo, and a Queen Star in Japan. We do this every weekday from Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. The sound of our time, Abremo. Edu Motors Boya UPI, formerly near from Uniat Practical Institute, Provident Insurance with Provident, Man you are covered, and Agbeve Herbal Center. The Ekosiisen M'ahiasem segment, and also Fabricam, Pharmaceuticals, your health, our priority, Obapa product, Waraobe Cheke, EcoBank Ghana, the Pan-African Bank, Awake Purified Drinking Water, One for Life, Rockstars Roofing Systems, quality and affordability. We are and your interviews be bring now on this show. And also Chop Shop, Ghana's good food place, DBS Roofing Papa Fie, Hepa Plus Mixture, Emma Apomodin Ampa. A discussion segment here be and a fiada and also Weber call so and I saying Weber We Care, Franco Trading Enterprise, phone Papa Fie, and a dependable Heba. Oko Facebook, I will be here. Just search for Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Like our page and watch the live stream. Very important. Same on YouTube and also Asempa 94.7 FM. That's on YouTube. And your hands will be to me. Follow us on Twitter at Asempa947_FM. Same for Instagram. Multi-TV decoder and be a radio channel no Asempa FM HD plus decoder and so Asempa FM. That's on the radio channel. And to follow us, call myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com. A hands will be to meet you. Enti ma yenko na mema o man hene Kwabena Santi Akwaba na fe yemfa M'ahiasem segment no enhyehye so ene ensem bebre na ne gu apono so mumu bebre na nso edi ma woda ene ba man Akwaba net saying
oh nya papa sa obi I said enya papa you know, when people want to act in a particular manner, just to endure all of us, our mind is not regulated. And I say, when you to me, the OPBA now, the once upon a time, they NCU force and when I'm lawyer been a Becky can in some basa, Chirobe Patch, or say, Payanko for Deuruni, you know, when people talk and they are not held responsible, and anything I say IGP, ABB, Sunkwama, it's policing duty. You might not like the approach, but it's a normal thing that is happening. Now we're Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister, no e-passport, no, they have no idea. Go to the Vice President's office. When we say a Deputy Minister, a because with him, you are exposing your government, or we are not a pacho. I say a system if you are not ready to help Ghana. You know, and I don't fault anybody. Dr. Baomi also said, I don't call for a channel share, majority of them. About e-passport, you will be a chile be 100. As if I didn't get money. You know, why wouldn't the Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister? Also, make us a bass item. They won't go to Dr. Baomi office on. No funny when you know that's what you want. No, a pacho. Nearby from Papa Pacho's area. Very serious. And the same thing is happening at our driver forefront. Driver for Tiwinya Kukudro, and this morning I have urged the Ghana Police Service. Driver for be on very recalcitrant, on bending a moment to 30%. Yen transport fare. Yes, yen
yencho muntu say.
Na obi na mu de wo ka so man ye bu ni sen. Ya obi a me no mi no nyina nim say. Petro hu nkomo aye di no. Ebu nkam kosoro saa mane bo no kwa na ekosoro. But oman bi etu mpon bia no is regulated. Emra ne de ye adwuma ene ye boso asem. Me ba Professor Jampo. Eti yentimi ntina ho nyanhwe han all the time. From nowhere. Driver ni uti ubebi unim se petrol ekotia o kama yeti ase aboso kan ni o mabo ekosoro se bi nyon kwa so na auto petrol. Yeah. Osimi de me pay me 30%.
30%.
When there's a statutory body I mandate you from time immemorial as a country. Omo decide man. And the sector minister sometimes should also come and just tell us that this is the situation. Ma sra posi force because all your sadia adia tia asume susume ma fa manager but my dope. Ti driver phobia omuntie mo ambasa mo ya so den no. Your GRTCC and your GPRT and many relevant stakeholders, consumer protection, coffee, capital, now one in common, how do you get solution? You might not arrive at what you want, but in you can't just wake up now and say, you are 2%, so sorry, I am 30%. Now call the OBO, no, so to number 80%. What will be your response? Yes, individuals. People have a certain cry of themselves. You know, they think that is it. Say, Mom, you pettiness, any amano semne propaganda, and sensationalism. Or mine can't call in Punto be a problem. Or mine can't call in Punto, be a number person we are a problem for us. Or mine and Casaya, how have we or do we solve this problem? Petro cost a bathroom. How do we solve that problem? Near tallness, you know. Near tallness, you know. Minya access call MP and because almost soft America from the bano. No more air cosu if I found go cry outside for baby because too much. We cannot continue to do abnormal things and say it's normal in this country. It's becoming one too many.
What I found in
it's too much.
Sir, concerned drivers in statement.
It's too much.
Omo ajitu mo say negotiations a cost between Omoni
So what again?
So, what again?
What again? Like, how can you do that? All teams say now banana so tired, 80%. Do you want me to explain to you? We cannot continue to rule this country like that. You might have your disagreement, and I'm urging the Ghana Police Service. Drive a Kobia or Bernard Jenny or to petrol mona or no, they are 30%. Transport for the 30% or no pay. Also, so we didn't come. GRTC for only GPRT for only relevant stakeholders didn't come. Why the rush? In Comodia no case didn't qua. Negotiating for a salary. It's a whole process. And no near the teacher in mind. And not Mr. Professor Jampo say, Nikasani be one more gusuka. On
no, I can't.
No, Kasani be one more kaka. Nobody can political pushover, blah blah blah. Please, court in Asha Oseko. If you disagree with the court, go back to the court and change the order of the court. It's now becoming too much. It's too much for us as a country. Or BFI said that Betty Susu. When even the court is
argument,
I'm saying that nobody says that.
Don't allow my politician about call a strike.
But who is saying that? No, who is saying that? If the court is ordering, who is saying the politician is saying that? The politician continues to talk. It's becoming too much. The conditions of service, no conditions of service. I can't see man. Way back a doctor for you have to sit and talk. If you not sit and talk, leave the classroom and go. You have to sit and talk. Especially, that example. When a professor says or lecturer says that below the job I'm doing, but my ketchup is far better than. But why? My professor example exposure we are saying. If you have lost faith and trust in politicians, please don't let us suffer. And your utterance sometimes and you're good for negotiation. Push over now we push one county. Professor Jampo push one county. So they should not talk as if say Omokasa finito. That is it. And I'm saying that Ghana, we have vested our powers in the law court. It is a court to shall say to Anamambia, you might disagree with the court decision. You have opportunities to go back to the court to seek redress or whatever. Let's not be talking as if it's not regulated. That is what the drivers are doing.
You called on the minister, say Minister Mekasa, the transport minister, Honorable Kweku Esiama. Honorable Oteminka,
I wish that you do interview because on another house supporter.
Honorable Bokode.
Obi mejiusu na what to say.
Adumi ya nyame adum bibia bo.
Na house nso eno ka moduma no bia na.
You remember house ne koto common so. Now before that no money a driver unions no negotiations no mawie.
You obi me 5 videos na machia na madawase. Na machia tiefo nyina na obi emza adwuma we de me driver for no ya over 5 years ni said yesi kono esi yenafa emza yenko negotiation na onko back na miru na undumi wie emza ye share ben premier no I agree say now there was some few disagreements be the other say in this year Jordan na maybe I say the to no near the to my first day so that ma appeal to another phone so monto mbo so omulu des no omunya better how about to say minimum negotiation near the attaso a anya de ketua yes be omba better try number yom ma me fa na me kan to obi so monto mbo ase inu Jordan no ombet Obianka because I agree say Jordan there different yo Obian ye be na daba for no na catch you say be fear 9 no money in here ko there am say contribution to the economy of this country no my idea e do maybe na aye bibi kakra see no money na trans me a Jordan no me be besi imagine for the zuka say na ma ba for negotiation into no e bia o munye di papa na say o munye dabi o ma boa ban o ma boa Ghana for nyina nto monto mboase na ochina bi obi amfa ekon bi so ankandi money bi amfa nchiro obi anim se bi ase nyina ayete wo hwefu apa ba bi edi kona wo ya America ne country kase nyina everybody is affected. You also organize a normal cost kakra affect more operations the no nya de obi abetena ebedi na omo the right in say mo negotiate for increment in prices because there was turning other arrangements. I first of the year, but omo ye and the MPB base mess from kakra omo makoma adwubro emra from the agri grandpa one ka so for kwan bi so if omo committed no passengers so omo mbre e bia na nan num bi so we be fiti that's it kono yeah the different price baba the mess from so be antono boase after Jordan no price be a agree no based on our union for the betubia now almost omo passengers no make kakra.
Come what may, Monday, Nyameya Doma, there will be an increase in transport fares.
Monday, we will agree.
Yeah, you would agree.
You agree. They're not, we agree. Omo fast omo de yen. Omo issue statement, communicate. Omo let omo drivers no any passengers near say, ebi e mama na mi ansa na nine.
Yes.
If it you okono.
Na mo the implementation.
No, they are juma.
But the other person who say, the public should expect transport fare increment.
When you so beyond himself and up to a certain level, go beyond 10% now. You are arrangements if fuel prices a change, because a cost 10% or more than 10%, no more price in negotiating. That means necessarily be a minute now. I'm going to fuel price then go up. We are fuel price up more than 10%. Get here transit. They are negotiating. But negotiation, we take other factors into consideration, not only fuel prices, but the depreciation inside the money in our account, cost of spare parts inside the money. I factor in into it. Now, I know that day, last Friday we could not because our consultant and the technical team disagreed on some few issues.
Yes.
Now we can the difference where it's coming from and see how we can adjust it so that Monday and you may share that we can all agree on a way forward.
Yeah, but me did say what true drivers union, a concerned drivers union for no, omono can 30% near deal. Is that what we should expect?
Oh, so Obi, so negotiation there will be a bar, Obi on the price and bottom. Almost 30%. Maybe I me figure back based on the what is on the available in terms of changes in price and other things. Yeah, compensate if you come back home to make 50%. you no agree on something. Somebody suggesting 30% in there for me. That is the way I will know. But yeah, the reality will dawn on all of us. Maybe I would declare the market 10. You share the reality on the ground, and you share all the analysis, and the differences in terms of changes in price. I say yes, see. Into a method of negotiation. Every time they come with a figure. We also go with a figure. But at the end of the day, we all agree on something.
In this, some faka binne. Na driver ne catch him on the ono any authority watum by 30% menya day.
Oh, many say no there. You agree on the price. On the other black, another for no be obey piano. And the son na meetings, the mobile and fire and branch and some on the open. For the first 5 years or 6 years, I'm there, Minister. We have always been negotiating. Until you say no there. Or more other black, or be obey and Mr. will no nigga have one in the money partner. Yes, I'm moving to your boss. A Jordan drew up. You bring price at the back on to price in there. You agree on others say about 20%, 30, and now 10 and now 5 years. We haven't agreed on it. But Monday, no dear. You be do no double for Nankasa now, so one more time. Then after that, they can work with it. Give us wrong. And make a pump to other there. Quite be
very well, honorable. But the other thing, so the other thing I'm finding out is it doesn't look like fuel prices will be coming down anytime soon. At least I'll follow trend now. Through moment echo. What happens? And I say in this negotiation, mobile factor in the potential increment in fuel prices and
I make say we take so many factors to consideration, including fuel price. Okay, any time differences now the say more 3% in there. Now say the 2 months time now, fuel prices now have gone up in terms of prices by more than 10%. So I still go back to negotiation. And now it's based on certain factors, me I so will be a fuel price in company by other factors, up more than that. That's why aggregating more than 10% time. And so it's something about traffic. There's also no more negotiating. But you was starting arrangement to be there say every year based on certain factors. We are supposed to negotiate twice a year. Provided the price not up too much. Maybe a year not surprise no go too much. You may have to say be a June, and now say be a July. We need to sit down again. At that time, changes now, accumulated changes now, but we take it into negotiation and negotiate. In the end, they be a
wow. Okay. Auntie, there is this message from Duncan Amoa, Onoye, Executive Director Makopek, or say Obi, I don't think we are being fair to the other drivers. We cannot deregulate fuel prices and seek to regulate them. Let the ministry invest in getting a more scientific basis of arriving at cost per head per kilometer, depending on the known variables, and we won't be where we are. Honorable.
Yes, I think that people, you system behind the way I would do two places are static. Every system should be dynamic, should be able to adjust itself according to the trending needs of the time. If at the time that they brought deregulation and the standing order arrangement, that was what was available, that was the system that they thought it was the best. We haven't reviewed it. It is my decision there, technical team in traffic. Near review, near how you can bring the modern trends to deregulation system there. Some of these suggestions, you can take it on board. But for now, let us deal with the price changes that we are going to deal with it. And later, we can call for dialogue and see going forward how best we can put some of these things into.
Yeah, but sir, Dankaramu suggestion would be what that will mean is any time to say the deregulate fuel prices, say the same thing about transport fares. There's any time a petrol bobe cost rubiano driver for now bet me decide say to maybe they will not go beyond a certain cap.
It is because of the way the driver and the passenger relations here. So though it is true, say for the fuel now, deregulation, you can monitor it. But if you don't bring some sanity, a little bit of control into the passenger system, where somebody drives in my village, no being so one car. Now you see fuel price at 20, the other national charge different. So one max of uniformity and them in terms of how everybody will change it. Then will be a better no what is okay. And then require the full and more than this. And then that is why we put in place. Anytime a food never up more than 10%, so that we negotiate and give them different price and give them in terms of what it takes, so that everybody will charge uniform. But okay, the driver be anko charging different price because cut off when you are two until be driver from obi and charging different price. Then there will be chaos. I understand. Some people are making a suggestion in relation to deregulation to the food, but the market is not the same. Until almost take that into consideration. One is regulated, one is not regulated. So we should be careful about the comparisons that we make.
Okay, I get you. Oman Minim, so our question for my honorable.
I think that the honorable minister, well, that is his style. He's been very soft and gentle this afternoon. We are talking about a lawless section of drivers.
No, Cobra, let me say something.
I'm saying that driver need be the minister abeke. Who go contrary to the minister abeka. Tie kasa waka.
Yes.
Why should we still entertain? I think the minister is just too soft on the situation. The what can I say? You ain't mean deny the facts. You better petrol. You better transport fares. Why admit it? You go so kasa in terms of percentage. You better so from nowhere. Now what shall I say? A bill shall say implemented. Domi adenta asame. This morning on Belgium. This morning. And why do we have to allow that?
And a panel of tea and a master poem, or more I appeal to them because they've been good. They've been part. They are important elements of what this economy is concerned. And the idea, I did be back and no contribution to the economy. No, why they been any public cancer? So because you don't care about people. And super hard. I appeal to them. So if we can negotiate you other there, and what be brave, I can't bear none. You agree on the price and I'm personal phone a day or two. They can implement whatever price I ever agree to them. But they are very organized society. They are very lawless. But maybe anybody could be Nubi acquire DBA, while we are not a castle. But generally, I think that they are a very organized group. They are very decent people. And I think that we should accord them that. Let us avoid.
And I think finally, so COPEC for us, Mujina package, they be able to walk park. Ministers or mu team of stakeholders or multi to agree and may arrive at certain decision. Because they be no Mujina package, no to walk park.
Oh, it's too much. Many ministers has come across. They are forming new team between.
If we need the Oye now, Juni Ghana, who they are, most of these negotiations and engagements. It's a South now. Yes,
the last negotiation
that is the my year 50 time immemorial COPEC by your relevance alone to the building up of this is it's very important. But Mamon now they be at the COPEC and from technical knowledge they be at the number to walk park. Because baby, I don't know. Whoever can contribute to the progress and forward march of Ghana, you have to. Don't always do that thing for Ghana to be suffering. We have a lot of issues to solve because Enemiani can be put on the Metro Mass. How far they have come with Metro Mass. So I say, but over here, not done can they shim, now where they shim, now the taxes, and the petroleum tax, please, let's sit down as a country because we have not solved problems from a nationalistic angle. No? These are some of the results.
No, but it's a good point. It's a good point of mine he raises. It is a results. Because our negotiation now. Who represent the interest of your friend say passengers no?
You madawasi. Say we the mama for video so me na Kofi Capital ase. Say before ye beka be na me no o tro me kata. E show concerns bi say ewi ase aye denti. Government ni transporters ni hwe. Ye mfa human face into one ye hu passenger nti. Me enso ye kan ti bomu invite no. In our negotiation he was there. And he also make a very valid contribution, very useful contribution through the negotiation.
And no, Kofi Capital.
Consumer
Protection Agency, yeah. And you are representing passengers' interest in negotiation.
He came. That he's a passenger is a consumer.
Absolutely.
And by passenger also interest. We allowed him to sit in the negotiation, and he made, like I said, very significant, very good contribution towards our negotiation. And then we say going forward, people like Duncan Money are there now more. I think that between myself and the Ministry of Energy and Finance, we should be able to bring some of these think tanks or entities into our negotiation for them to also give us a very contributor. But like I said, this country belongs to all of us. Today it is me, tomorrow it will be somebody else. But what is that? What are you giving to our people? And for me, that is very significant. But going forward, we see how best we can do. Now, we come Metro Mass.
Honorable, to deal with Metro Mass, my
yes. To say, me say Metro no. Yeah, but no, we are doing a lot of restructuring there. Government is making a very significant improvement into the renewal of the fleet. You know, as I'm talking to you, you 100 buses from Belgium company. Produce buses number agreement contract, everything is signed. Apart from that, we also have about 250 buses that we are bringing from Koreanism Bank and the government of Ghana agree. Value for money audits, the Ministry of Finance, they are almost done. The people are coming here on 22nd of this February month. They are concluding negotiation. The minister, the last time we met, was not happy. Said value for money. The Minister of Finance, and he wasn't happy. Said value for money. No, a delay, kaka. But from my information from my technical team, they said finance for real value for money now 22nd and go for one bar. I don't know it's giving us over 350 million mini buses a different way. I know a bar. We are going to give both the private and the public sector buses, say DPRT, the organization. We also want to see how we can also help them to renew their fleet. Because we hear the public transport sector near 95% by the private sector. Government own is even less than 5%. Metro ni FTC pay. And to you are helping only this quasi government institution. When we renew more fleet, other general one providing more than 90%. So present own position is that let's put in an arrangement, a system about why no more renew more fleet because they are not cars maybe too old. They don't and also will also force them. Most of these drivers no money renews, no more journey renews. Because the system I'm going to put in place, if you don't belong to any organized union by ESA, we will not give you some of this car because we want an organized institution now. They are monitor how this are being put to use and the payment system how they are also paying. I'm hoping that by the end of the year, we read that arrangement. But for the 100 buses for Metro, we are done, and I'm sure by April, not the first 50 number. By June, you bring the rest of the 50 account. You have one crack and you renew fit. That is where we are.
Okay.
Apart from that, Metro is also making arrangement with the private sector people. The bus, in addition to about 300 buses, also the buses, no more put up a system in place, a system like say, putting in checks, the machine system. You will not pay the money into the driver who are auto car that be here. No scratch it. So that the people can using technology as a way of paying for their cars. And think of also because if we say we are going to allow the financing to be on government alone, it's going to be difficult. The envelope is not too big for it to certify transport sector alone. But we need to bring a new or innovative way of financing or renewing the fleet for these quasi government institutions and other private sector. So we are on it, but it is not. So this system, the system that we have in this country, go to cabinet, go to parliament, the bureaucracy we do too. Because if we don't overcome the bureaucracy or if we don't go by it, tomorrow you'll be charged for causing financial loss or doing something that we did not follow procurement process. So these are some of the challenges, but I'm hoping that we should be able to sum up them.
Honorable my final point would be, and I think so far, you seem to have your hands on all the critical sectors under your ministry. Apart from road accident, Honorable.
Yes.
Sir, Michelle last year figures now, 2021, 2,924 people through road accident. That's for the whole year. And that's our worst in the last 10-15 years. So Michelle, this year, in January alone, Nipa 232 and a wood through road accident. Honorable, it really doesn't look good. A hawker crowned there. I said, the share that more your home day.
Me, the position is said, see Nipa Bakuko road so. That's a accident. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be here like an ostrich and say it's an area which is very much concerned to everybody, including the president. He's so much worried about it. But so who can share Juma national road safety here and now police are not still accident in Christian. It is not only about the numbers alone that we should be concerned. It's not only about the numbers. We should be concerned that if it is one person, one accident that we could prevent and we are not preventing, it's a major issue. That is why we believe that the human intervention alone is not enough to prevent accidents. That is why the police who are responsible for enforcing this regulation are coming out with technology. But I appeal to the media, not appealing to me. So this is a time I say we support the police. They may make mistakes. They are human institutions. But so mistakes number here. You ever support to no protect you, and which one do you prefer? Until omodi be by a friend traffic tech. Omodi technology but the issue of controlling traffic on our road. And the chiwa now we court. And no some no so no more the year Juma Meslam. We are bringing a new system of registration of vehicles. We are bringing a new system of testing of vehicles. But all these things that they don't come cheap. So in terms of cost and everything, a lot of things will go up. But in a way, say you better try and protect them. Today, the National Road Safety is becoming a regulator. Because the road transport service system is the only industry that there's no regulator. Oko air, we have a regulator. Oko sea, we have a regulator. Why is that in the road transport service system? We have that is what I changed the law. To give powers to National Road Safety to become a regulator in the industry. In the I'm hoping that it will be passed before Parliament right here. All transport operators are going to be regulated by National Road Safety as a means of trying to check some of these things. There's going to be manifest. There's going to be speed limited. They are in the law. But how are we going to enforce it? Once you have a regulator, it is going to be a way. There's going to be a way that they even require certain things from you before your members even can drive a commercial vehicle. They are bringing new, we need to introduce technology, new things into the driving system. It's a very important industry. We cannot allow it. So we'll be under the open. There again, I will need the support of the media to make sure we bring sanity into the system.
Honorable, my nasi, ebe premier asi edin komo bi eda.
Nti me damasi. Na do afi so kwa mi hu da. What is back common?
Yeah.
Benyahi. Media no. Kabata mi tse kabata na mo no tutu otutugu me na Ghana airport company no mu twabo mi sa but ni na aka djuma no. Mo aba e kasa. Na mi sham.
Yeah, that's it.
Onyame aduma, I'm wondering whether obenya akukudu ache has JC ni Sunday. You
this Sunday would be an interesting game at Accra Sports Stadium. And that was the Transport Minister of the Republic, Nadine Ede Kweku Esiama, the Honorable Kweku Esiama. Oman ma minfa we in Chem.
Good.
One of my very good friends, the head pastor and the founder of the Makers House Chapel International.
Oh wow.
Dinner woda. Okay. And we are so for mommy papa party.
No, say they be all cousin school at Daniel school. Dan what had meetings or call matter.
Yes, or call no call the same school. So I'm also jitum says here my school. Or jitum.
Man can say emphasize on that. Miss Oko school ni be.
Enti so for mommy lady ya a chan Buedi Nyameche. Over Facebook I will be when the picture. She's 40 years today.
So for Buedi Nyameche.
Yeah, na yere.
Okay.
Yeah. And the soft Buedi Nyameche 40 years. Now 40 years pa ujina so.
40 ujina so.
Ujina so.
Now so we na train no mo yenye nwagejo.
What?
Now we on one kura because of 27. Oh I cheap body na my body.
It will be the Makers House. So for mommy, in way first lady of the Makers House. Lady ya Echan Buedi Nyameche. Happy birthday to you. Do have a wonderful day. Happy 40th to you. Now, Niknu poster or Yemano on Facebook, no, lovely. Omana wama me kon.
Sa ase esi bosumia. The wife is lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. Very lucky. It is of mommy. Happy birthday to you. Now, Oman unim ne ose. Na say na asem ne yake.
Ah. Now I ain't command. No, no, bad me.
Dominic Memphis.
Now what about it? Now call me because me and call cry.
And so for my happy birthday. Now, message I need to know.
Take message now.
17 years ago, I was fortunate to meet you, and about 16 years ago, I was honored to marry you. Joshi, I know 1 year pen marry you. Also, you held my hand and encouraged me all the way. Your touch of love, class, and calm has been there from day one. You see the best in everybody. You are able to perceive light in the darkness. I am honored to have you as my wife. And if I'm given the opportunity 1 billion times, I will still make that same decision to make you my wife.
I throw you Matthew Collins and I say, hey, Whitney Houston and I say, Luther Vandross. Because of natural and I and the matter is there for say she survives power.
I say happy 40th birthday. I say happy 40th birthday, Earth's finest.
Wow.
Age gracefully. Stand by for our 40-gun salute.
Also for Body Nyamiche.
Also for Body Nyamiche too much. What?
Wow.
Well, King Solomon power.
I check King Solomon Luther Vandross now.
I know Kai songs of Solomon. Wow. And so for mommy, lady, yeah, it's Body Nyamiche. Happy birthday to you.
No fast, no.
Live well and live
no
happy.
Fast, no.
Oh, okay.
No fast,
okay.
no.
The picture's never.
No fast, American more fast. Dominic is not no fast, no.
Any why no?
Lady no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even know.
No fast, no. See minimum no. Then no be minimum.
You don't know so free half one.
Debbie.
I don't need a kumewu.
Debbie.
And now so yeah.
Debbie.
Eastern region had
Debbie. No fast, no. What how they say?
Number 6 wa homane so.
Hey. Oh, this man they own him. Naturally, apart from say me penalty, I think always are very objective and fair.
Yes.
And just that number 6 among no match.
Ona will about that saying.
Is it the best way to defend is to attack?
Is to attack.
We're
a preemptive strike.
When was the last time I was sending me number 6?
Oh. But honorable way there, your friend when you're bonny. I mean, and them who pictures all over social media. A man for a chat, depend on filling station or 20 fuel, no. Now we chat over share. It be a man, I think a 9, it be a 8, 9, 9. Okay. In the better Facebook na mwehu. And no nam so am this conversation around new transport fares near there. But honorable, is there any end in sight? You bet me a halt say the fuel rise here. We
can if we put things in place as a country. Because of the geopolitical tensions between Russia and the West, it does appear that there's no end in sight with fuel price increment. The question is again at the end of your bit me aye. Mini opa ko check budget 2022 budget. I think 248 as a 278. I'll send it to you. Let me know there.
Yes.
Minister Peggy your benchmark revenue at $61. And I'm about $100. So what it means that we are getting about 63% more than we budgeted for. So we are making a huge windfall. That is one. 2, NSA. Your price stabilization and recovery levy. What check here, Minister, and I said we should have collected over 2 billion. On what they say was spending 1 billion. It's in there. I'll send you that document. The 1 billion now can. In fact, what energy sector levy, sir? And according to me, politics, the MPP for obnoxious, energy sector levies now 17 billion so far. We've spent 14 billion so far. So where is the 3 billion? That 3 billion can be used to cushion consumers because price stabilization and recovery is a consumer. The other one is exporting crude oil. And then we are doing about 180,000 barrels per day. Exporting crude now. Finished products. Near the Abagana. My oil refinery. I see hope for all this while.
2018 and a bochaja could have to just say Omanya strategic partner Omo be see new refinery our takrade 150,000 barrels processing plant per day Ombe we in 3 years 2 years after an honorable Freddie Blade debate says Omo we be Oma identify site intino fan why ya krade kwa manonino it will be a thing of the past intino se say die ye be process ye fango se ne be ya foreign exchange ni ho keka ho no ebe boa ya. We're in 2022. Nothing has happened. Also, I say it's the other one, your forex. In fact, okay, senior Sidino Ati Pragana and net make a parliament, Ubikachem $7.5. And the normal petrol, 7.99. In the baby near Macono, it does appear say $1 no. Any petrol no, you nimnia a bit breaky 8 in import. So Dr. Bamia and Co should sit up because ye nimnia ama dollar no air coffo. By Fanema and to 2 years. Now at least yet to be $1 in the Yonsomu. And the taxes be bring back a good petrol no sono. Taxes no qua of that 1 liter now water no. Over 2.4 CD per liter. Price stabilization levels are to by 200%. Fuel marking, you are to move by 200%. UPPF, you are to move by 200%. Meaning, you start the energy sector recovery levy, Abertuso, and the new one, MPP for the Abertuso. The sanitation levy, as Abertuso, and new one, the Abertuso. And the Oka Kasanyama way in Abuma. Matter, apart from the world market price, no, something can be done about crude price and our finished products here in Ghana. Na Ghana for and one here Omokakra.
Wow. And really, no, how we use windfalls, no, from energy sector levies, from price of crude on the world market, because net importers,
we are net exporters.
Exporters, sorry. Net exporters, you know, windfall be a family cushion consumers. But government will tell you, say, for some of these monies, no, when they come into the system, enye sikebi dahobi kekache said dahobi na wakofa dia baby bio it comes back into the consolidated fund as we go along. So it's not that straightforward, is it?
So it's a matter of choice. That's first of all. Secondly, no, your budget is sika ye benye free petrol ma ye de eko baby ye de beko. We are trying to win for this is unexpected additional revenues that we are getting we haven't budgeted for. So government cannot say they've already budgeted for this money. Two, American is even the price stabilization and recovery levy, no. It's not for nothing that we brought it there. You say, you know, your top petrol beer, your price stabilization, I think it's 40 pesos, so I can check the data.
Okay.
Your TS can be say, young fan toho. That's just something you do to do a jam one.
No.
In this kind of a toho, no way. Let's even assume, say, what the crude, a cost of this kind of yajeno. You decided the year before from. Now, price stabilization recovery levy is no way because a part of it should subsidize premix. And I'm about said, Minister, will use 1 billion for that. It's near that 1 billion, no. Go and check the 2018-2019 energy sector levy report. Almost the pensions.
Price stabilization and recovery levy. No?
That money was
how much did we accrue? Do you know?
We should accrue 2.2 billion in all. And I've even checked the logbox. Logbox ne says the can be the two logbox name because just Bosnia against energy sector levy. When you say you collateralize the energy sector levy?
Yes. For
7 years, 10-year bonds.
Yes.
7-year bond now is 2.4, 2.3 billion to mature very soon. So we must get 2.4 billion to pay for the past 2016 till date, you know. Apart from 240 million CDs a jama omono. Only 100 million per naka. From 2017 up to now, scared that we need 300 million. Into the energy sector levies no krano. We can't even pay it in that 7 years. We'll roll it over again. And then can say we should be able to process our crude here in Ghana, some oil refinery, yanya breso, and the energy sector levy bar say, because when you clean the balance sheet, you put them oil refinery on a sound footing. Then we imported 2 million barrels of oil from the Tayin field, Ghana, yanya field, and gave it to them oil refinery. The one party and one and kakra. You didn't say beginning, the problems were back. 4th year and quarter, and you lose your election. No. MPP for buy, they sold that crude oil at knockdown price. New refinery so almost more and see. So what has really happened? Look, Yefra Baimu, now President Kufuor, President Miss, President Mama, you discovered 3 oil fields. You told FPSO on Kroma, FPSO at Mills, FPSO Kufuor. 5 years, Nadian Yadiakam. Yen you see gas processing plant, LPG, President Mama Adao. We have 40% of domestic production. In the end, before buy, what have they added to it? In 5 years or more, what have they added to it? That is the reality.
But Honorable, I'm a bit curious. I mean, the argument about say yen refining you crude, ewahano, it's historically been a challenge. I mean, after the First Republic, subsequent governments are abano, and because of private sector interest, importers are OMC said they fuel, finished product, air bar, you know how they are powerful as a lobby group and all of that. In the Debiano, they seem to have that edge over government in terms of, negotiations and they fight for why they control the sector. Any other, it's not that easy as you are making it seem, Meboa.
Absolutely. And that is one of the reasons why we lost the election. Because Yenya decided at all costs, we should process some of our crude here. Me, I am convinced that I can't continue to lose the election. No. But whether NDC or MPP, we are determined to process our crude. That incentive will not be there again. Because Okolobi MPP and Okolobi NDC. Because Yenya say, look, the NDC we knew, MPP we knew, you be processing your crude. In Kenya, Yenya say, you might 2 million barrels of crude. And you can check whether that is true or not. Until you decided to say, against all odds, the energy sector levies never back. The tria tour a debt. No. Now can't want to lose you. But these were decisions in the interest of the country. Abayi by no the two just say, Mimi Beti new refinery, 150,000 barrels. Then you'll be in a day, a share almost on Moncata. What has happened? The worst of them is Bost. Bost a 200% increment. What has been Bost's role in ensuring safe fuel prices in a buffer? So many robia there. I am close to Bost. So that a better fuel price na so kakra.
Yeah, because
anytime you talk about Bost, is one scandal or the other.
Yeah, it's a good point you raise. Say a hono, our mandate is to store strategic reserves for us. Say anka ebremu say then they release those onto the market.
Exactly. Exactly.
You need reserves be our one.
You will reserve a bit may hold up to 12 weeks of strategic stock. Is the mismanagement because you are too boost margin by 200%, and let them challenge say MPP by almost to move by 200%. And in your boss, they look into the window when fuel prices are going down. They move in and lock it in. Send your aya diama now I'm release it to BDCs now OMCs matong.
Yeah.
Now I'm a price now above from Katra. It's an element of management. You can't satisfy everybody, but you can cushion us in one way or the other. They make about taxes and they say when you win for a free export and I'm a boy. What's what they call it in Juma? And you man would they call no. And maybe nanka would you taxes na dia kwaye. It is when you win for it only makes sense you consider the consumer. You suspend price stabilization in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That time you suspend fuel now about 70, 80. And now Edru 90, 100 no. Most are the abeshim. It's been restored. I don't know if you're aware.
Oh, that's news to me.
Oh, it's been restored. They started even collecting the money. I can't want a fuel now cost 7.99 no.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, say it's been restored. Open for MPA. Say me know where the come me say price stabilization recovery level, no, they've restored it. Has it been restored or not?
But that would be strange because even when the price was, but that's really strange. That's really strange. And
I'm telling you, sir, it's been restored.
Now, why would you remove a tax handler? The buyer to cushion ourselves when prices on the world market not air buffer. See, a costro, ama prices air costro. Why do you still restore that?
You know why? Drivers threaten say to fuel. Obi in 1 year, fuel are cost by about 50%. In just 1 year, within a space of 1 year, fuel at the pumps are cost by 50%. The driver threatens say omo fuel by 30%.
Omo transport.
And I buy sure so omo price stabilization into moment to move. Many workers say they've brought it back. And looking at drivers show more fuel more by 30% now.
Omo transport fares mo.
Or more transport fares by 30%. No, but so the question all of us should ask, and it's not just about John Jinapo and NDC. What is our long-term vision with this whole petroleum sector? What the young man is saying, no problem. Let's all sacrifice today in the interest of tomorrow. In 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, what is going to happen with this whole petroleum sector? And now we are all talking about Atuabo gas. Obi, let's be very honest. What would have been the situation at this price? What it meant, light crude oil. Power,
that's true.
And we're doing 12 parcels minimum every year. And then because of Atuabo gas processing plant, we are saving over $300 million per annum. We get other byproducts, baby. Condensates, Nyama, LPG. In the petrochemical sector, no. So the crude oil, refinery, there's no waste. Every stage is useful, up to the pharmaceutical and fertilizer and all those industries. So the question is, what is the NPP's game plan and our government's vision as far as the petroleum sector is concerned? Forever. When we are an oil-producing country, that cannot be.
Honorable, but
finally, you know, I issued a statement on PUS for service charges. I've seen a very, very flimsy response there. They haven't increased tariffs. Obi Womi statement now, read it. May say they have clandestinely increased service charges. New meter say they've increased it from 82 cedi to 700 cedi, which is over 700%. And so that spokesperson at PUS, you know, if I were a minister, I would have fired him by now. I'm not saying that you've increased tariffs. We are saying the more to two service charges more between 200 and 700%. More biya mane. Consumers never mama no one will say yatotumu. That is what we are talking about.
Honorable Meba. Sameshe flyer na ikrame wahana. New service connection charges effective 1st February 2022. And the separate meter. See, one phase near 700 Ghana cedis.
Now you're 82.
Now you're 82. Ish. But it's
now you're 82.
Yeah, but that's too much.
It's gone to 700. On what basis? What is the basis for that?
But why would PURC do this?
And has PURC announced this? Maybe you are a media practitioner, and I know you have a lot of knowledge in the energy sector.
Yeah,
have you seen any announcement from PURC in respect of this?
No, minya announcement, Biasa.
So why? And then you go and hold media so monto tariff more. What kind of disingenuity is this? What kind of deception is this?
Tariff in body as Beba Parliament. Inti we put any tariff as where service charges.
Yes, and we said service charges. We're clear on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go and media so minority no and kind of correct. And that monto tariff more. You read my statement. It's clear that it's on service charges. What is 700% in this era?
But separate meter 700 cedis the Esodudu.
Thank you.
No, from
that is the issue.
From 82 cedis to 700, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is the problem.
Well, even Shep meters in the crown. So here post Shep crash. See about 100 cities. Wow. I mean Shep meters at the time na 1 city ne 5 cities near deal.
So take 5 city to 100 city and check the level of increment in terms of percentage increase. And you see, my worry is even that who PURC now we regulator no.
Yes.
One country will be out. PURC hasn't communicated to any of us, from Parliament, you, the media, ordinary consumers. So PURC has considered social and so applications from the utilities, and that based on economic conditions, we've approved ABCD. So take note of that. So we call ECG that you 700 CDR. It is legal and it is proper. The what is your idea?
Wow. And the effective 1st February, meaning say I take effect crown no.
So yanko phone be alcohol omo and a complaint na be do yen chain. And we are your representatives, Obi.
Yeah.
It's not matter about my. It is a bibiba. We'll talk about it. I know some people will make all kinds of commentary, but that is the essence of democracy. The bibi kosona say obi edwin say enye ne kwan so. We'll talk about it. If Ghanaian thinks so, nyoma ye no eye ne kwan so no no muntutumu momon kan chiro bia wo konni ase atuma no anu no a ye nyina se wo kronim. But when we see something ekoso enya, we will talk about it. Sanya de chechiro o man no kroni nyina.
Honorable me and I say, you better say.
Me does the catch your mind, baby Edru no. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, but I'll urge him, you know, say, you know, you see, we're approaching it from a very nationalistic point of view. This country, Messi, no. Say, Oma me and Shasi and solve, and Obusa SMT, stay on ye be, or mine no a baton, nay, a fool alone, some. Yan Shasi and minimum. Near Shasi propagative for whatever interest. You know, it will not help us. And Mammy applaud no, we on any new Ankasa dear. Baby, on my PBA or Manu Simbiana, they've dedicated themselves and they've shown, say, or committed to the Ghana cause, even though they have their political parties. I'll urge him. Say, on yen who now for yen, I ain't even quiet him. Naemwa, Emma Ghana. Ain't because PRCD, Obi. All can.
But I'm surprised.
You should know that I do you do commode between mu patch koye. Say I don't know check it say the no maybe see kwa. I say obia afa kwati kwan bi su kode. Pija no maybe no mebo.
Ama when nye tariff so.
Me ba na because enya to a to say ye end product je benefit you. Ban sunsun bi aba nkuntabu bi mu a how kakra wom.
Service charge na ye. Ebia enne upe meter.
Exactly.
Who kwaji meter. In the Osha meba. We know there was straight service. We a new service connection charges.
Obi.
Inti
Obi I mean say yen o ko akwaji meter.
Aha.
E ho asem na make yi.
Da bi na me visa wo ka bills.
Oh, da bi bills asem kwa. Da bi. O ko akwaji meter. E ho sunsun no. But say won timi ntu sa na mo no. E bra yen nya aware of what is happening. Yes.
Because separate meter. Me kai say you want ECG na 82, 80 CDs. Charlie, from that to 700 Ghana cedis, that's too much. 700 CDs. Wow. PURC. Hey, now say PURC panyi ba na da no.
Wow, free sector ni muni.
Say make a new one.
Na say we
new
need
one about. Jackson mun check him am.
Check na ho na kasa mom. Ono so be defend ya kasa onim say dey see stress here ho dey adwuma for the whole year. You know.
Hey.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Wow.
But about fango I think say all the political parties no. Oh, omusipo. Na ya adwene ko benkra. Obi ebebo.
Because you see
ebebo.
O hwe
because
say
ebebo.
From where he sits.
What's the reality that catch up with him?
Yes.
On to me mamba ye petro politics wa bim.
No, but
present the case no.
My challenge is say, and for most of them no, some of these solid ideas no.
Yeah.
Let power change hands.
Oh, as my can no.
John Jinapome energy minister.
Fantastic submissions in Abeyira. Ebeyira.
You masa.
Ebeyira.
Sir, your friend is saying OMCs no. Now where? Enye easy sir.
But OBS say easy.
it's a difficult sector.
Oh, said, yeah, you understand. Tina, they be a cap principle. A brand MPP opposition, they were able to identify the lapses in the NDC administration. Emma or mine, and actually, yeah. Also, by no, these lapses require pointing out to him. I be a problem for him. Yeah. Or just but what is the same yardstick now? They measure be. Why is it that you decide yardstick name bow so you're running for cover? You get it to the point that Mr. say we need to sit as one unit.
Yes.
Now some of these matters, education, health, petrol, homes, and semblance of manner, yentimin si pony and mini so that whichever administration is in power,
we know where
we know that this is the direction.
Because there is one thing about Uzas, I wish to say, and JJ referred severally to Atuabo gas. Omansa won him the history behind Atuabo gas plant.
Not really that much, but I have an idea.
And for those of us who were in the Western region at the time, no, Unim said originally, and because a one major project at the revolution be by energy sector in Ghana. A boy changing energy mix fuel I be here because we say fuel are the power of plant, you know, in the long term and they determine how you sell power in your country. And a boy many will be as tariff for power. It is a energy mix, no, dependent more on your friend is saying crude and HFO. And it's time your man the board. It was a gas cheap. Atuabo gas no was it was a game changer for us. I recall say after say yenya Jubilee no our commercial oil production shares you know. Originally Atuabo gas plant no was not meant for na nya Atuabo no mukosi no. Say nchinu ba ho. Yes. Baby I remember say under Kofo omoko obi onim Western region bia onim Benin. Benin or Jomoro. Ye wo Bronu bi Benin friend Domunli. Okay. Domunli. That was the original site for the gas plant. And Akufo. And I remember, so almost clear assassination now. A feasibility studies ye BBA. But when power changed hands, and I think almost ye free Domunli, Edeba at trouble. The current site now, because at the time, now Honorable Amakufibua. Aha. Ako Energy Ministry, and it threw the influence in the way, you know. And they thought, say, the Atuabo assassin was flat. At the form kama eno muyi edeba ho eba be see wa Atuabo. It's a project as a oh yeah fair pa it's gone through it was after all the administrations from Kofo to but of course when him say the loan sikanan kasana ye the the plant ewo Atuabo ne it was under Mills. Sa China CBD loan 3 billion bina yes kakraba bi ba omode it's a major infrastructural project and said the JJ Kano after enono what next can we have another government say okay me dey say talk rana as a refinery no aye weaker I would want to build a new refinery. 2 more refineries.
But Obi, and I make us the biggest takeout was so after this Atuabo what next as a country. Yes. One can say as a political party. Yes. As a country.
As a country.
In 70 people on my Obi. Some can say you want common be what as a South i.e. the major political parties, yes. MPP, NDC, plus other relevant bodies. No, and who say this one there, the interest of Ghana supersedes.
Should exactly. Be supreme. Yeah.
It supersedes. Yes, this question is a big question for every government to be our Ghana. So after Atuabo, what next?
And especially when we know
what next?
A lot of the factors in the energy sector are beyond the control.
Yes.
But a lot of them international
so
way into it becomes really
again
really
this matter of tour.
Yes.
Say ababi so an kana pantansi so obi. Ama refineries ni be intimate activity of life e wan me say dia. Na de bia da obi
tonaton say ya dia
ba obi tonaton interest na e wo sa OMCs no almost strength na ba obi we have to because bibia Ghana e bia na yes cabal na ho no de bia da me sa e akoko free system na ye adwuma yes cabal it Ghana ni so ade unu say baba Ghana nya faso no na eto atwa to yes cabal it no so no on be mafia into where do we have our strengths? We are weakened. If we are the beck and call, whatever goes on outside, no make us say, Adawa for ne, you for Yinano, Obiami and Susi saying Casse, or my Ghana and Cassano, our refinery, buy what you see, or OC fresh refineries. No, let's push that agenda and let's make it happen.
And not just building the refinery.
Yes, let's make it happen.
Sure, you see
let's make it happen. Exactly, because Anya Sadia, and not tell me, say, and Mobian, you say, and because you are so problem and Utiere John Japoka Anqua here more.
Yes.
Actually, almost be back is the same problem. Yeah. So we are not solving the problems.
Yeah.
We are not solving our problems.
Because one are there and sometimes the politicians don't use it against themselves. And be a 2 oil will chrome and so there. It's then oil. But it goes back to the kind of contractor again,
that's it. You make contract crash. Make as a man as about contract. And shall share with your good. Because
you cannot sign a contract and say oil, no? Because why? Oil are year 2 Jubilee and probably the other fields, no? What are the contractor cover some of these? Because now all the Utu crude now, and was we exporting in our money.
No,
now our side is Kano. Sikana ubenya from export, no. What's they are toughening?
I think the natural resources. Managing it has been a problem.
No, it's been a problem.
Yeah, bauxite. Fast Japan whose interest are we saving at the end of the day? Whose interest are we saving at the end of the day?
Yeah, natural resource management over the past 100 years.
Yes, it's not been good at all.
It's been terrible.
It's not been good at all. Until we get to that point, we have made all these mistakes in the past. Yeah, quite any person manager and now ye because be the be the Mijinaso pass Ghana party. If the citizens and our leaders, you're focused and patriotic and hardworking and determined, and other countries will come to Ghana for help. Will come to Ghana for help. Bibi ama wiase anaikro etimi tumpon etimi anije etimi ahonhare etimi oman koso no sa ne omani nyina no oman Ghana we are blessed with it. So what is our problem again? The problem therefore is that ye oman mu for ni empanyin for ni nyina no for certain specific reasons are enye papa. Amongst them dishonesty, amongst them being the beneficiaries of the system are enye papa. Who the opposite here and one example yanya you said the whole in a good toss refiner at the new refinery about refinery be one now and no the first the system is crab sibeko adie bia adie ni munyamo ba eboa Ghana dachi e man susu so obia kutia because we are beneficiaries and we've been beneficiaries over time into be sadie for obia numa I the MPA for soft your omo be so omo dey tracking of omo akwa be see na wi kase. Because people want to divert fuel. People want to go take the fuel out to unknown destinations and do their businesses. Among for share, oh yeah, the free zones I see, and no way we cannot tax it. Or do honum bupe baby, I know at 10 in the bush no more your money back. Indeed, Obia sacrificing for Ghana continues to be one major challenge that we have. Obia sacrificing for Ghana. Obia, that's why make us say. You talk for why are they coming to Anamoma Ghana? So almost say indicators, no, we recognize them, we appreciate them, their efforts are being well noticed, and they see some Ghana born home bodies or Beshop Munyama. Uvizeka you talk for Omu pass, no party chili, or more pepase, or Monqua diabetes mania additional papa. Obviously they will make us go through this. They've seen through the politicians, they've seen through that over time. That has been a new and it's so sad. So people amongst them, if you it takes less than 4 years or 6 years, they become 10 times what they were when they were lecturers. Now, every professional is now jumping into the field to become a politician. Now, we know. Yes. And
the challenge is why? Say about when we are, and I love the point about sacrifice.
Yes.
No? About the sacrifice, no, leadership would have to take the action first. And I think 3 days ago, me share Benadavle video be the Sunday, and he made a fantastic point. Say what share even currently, NAPCO for Sika ne work him forestry. Only forestry for and say omo ebumu complain is still omuntia omoka. Omusika work him and all the other people I complain about Sika work him no. At the time as Uncle Fuina complaining, members of the executive. Because the secretary your mampenyi and appointees directly under the control of the president. I don't think there is any minister in Isikaka Naketuyaka came for 3 months not even 2 months. You know, if Seba sacrifice can we get to a level like Rebecca say? Because NAPCO forestry wemo, they are down the ladder. If these guys are not paid, me as president, I would ensure no minister will be paid until we pay all these guys. That is where we say the leadership is sacrificing for the people to follow. But if they be the other way around, now Ghanaian workers who are low the ladder, 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and the people who are to ensure that these people are paid, how would they ensure
that? But we've sat here, we've sat here several times, even last week and this week. We've sat here to talk about these matters. Say, who exhibit a certain lifestyle and posturing. Now, citizens, this is almost nobody is ready to do that. If we've gotten to the point where Ghana needs to collapse for all of us to sacrifice and start,
yes,
let's do that.
Yes.
When we see our leaders demonstrating, it will not be a challenge for some of us to follow suit. Yeah. But when they work a sacrificial job, you know, Obi, when you assess our sacrificial job now, you know, because mansa the oil, you know, you can't believe it. Just common car crash here to be Abai agencies, they manages this, all administrations, inclusive this administration. And
I'm surprised that fixation with V8 there.
And I'm catching say, Abambia issue. And you say, yeah, stop this buying of all. So what happened?
Because what happened?
What happened?
Now we Juma no. And Faun took outside Accra. Why should you be driving V8?
Well, and I'm catching say we have not held ourselves responsible enough. It's a fighting for Ghana and Kasana. I be a challenge. I have a challenge because and you might be about who do in our banner come demonstrate me anymore. But nobody is demonstrating that. So we say Obia and Timmy Obia Yediope because Omo say system no in paying for Nankasan so you much to cry Yediomope. O can cry me any more for. Into no as also adding it through one church, then no pay you bit me and you bit me share, maybe a bit in the theatre. So survival of the fittest. And that's a dangerous thing for us as a country.
Yes, the fixation with money, and making money.
Yes, and the sad aspect is that so we are fixated about even getting money. Now we go through a process, and you are hopeful that this is a process I go through in life 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, we've cut off that 1, 2, 3, and 4. We want to get to 10. If we see a jump to do 9.5, not 10. Because the kind of character you show, no, the kind of behavior you put up, no, the kind of lifestyle you leading, the kind of dishonesty you taking over us, no, the kind of the needless partisan politics you're running in this country, no, it's too much. And then all of us, we've resorted to a didiatem as a means. And let me tell my brother Abronye, let me tell him,
Asempa FM.
Say, Udum pempen so be unu say it can never be by your might. Onyame adom onyame adom the days of Darocha no ankono abronyo no obenya abroche ma bedi. Asem na aba ana nipa bebre anya akwanya. Asem na aba o nipa bebre anya akwanya o Ghana no maso na basare de kon ne mfe. Asem na aba o you might disagree but you are careful. Ni ejeja ye ho saa keke saa enoma ebetime si wo man we mu no obi enya papa say man payindi bia you have a certain responsibility o hye so bia se ba so se san hye so no lusu na ka so be de obeya na chance tie nsem oni mebi ni chance o so ti hey ensem oni mebi ni but once you have a certain position please, if we are building and want to build institutions of state and not building personalities, you might have your personal issues with somebody. But your personal issues, the state has nothing to do with it. Now, Charles, if you want to make a man. But we put to the case across the corner. Well, how to say now? And no, never mind. Then I see papa womb because many of the one idea. If we are contain a case here, baby, a home we agree to disagree. We go. Let's not personalize matters in this country. Let's not. And let not the police service also come across as if they say no more gangaria. Yes, the police BBR 3 seconds. One day paying NASA. We need to manage the situation because of the times that we find ourselves in. A junkie na enini kwati se nantwibia utiam wie na onan hu se afo onina wo na onan hu nyina kofa obeti nkan be di wachiaba. So it's all of us ye jeja ye hu ama asema fayase se yempasa asema fayase biam dia yen shase and relook na rethink as Ghanaians and demonstrate a certain level of patriotism for the country Ghana, because Ghana for kaseo aban bia ntimi nya kukuduro because me tu se ekefo a ye nto ma ne ejai. Aban bia ntimi nya kukuduro because obi akoppa asase illegally, assembly move in pe na cause free so ho ne nchenchem na fifu aba na adenisi na insure to na yi afa so ko he me fie kwan so assembly abetro ho se insure to a eyiri fa amanfo no mo stores se o nyoma obi as I speak to you now stores are spring up ho nyina because of dry season. Rainy season is abeba ebetwia for ho nyina mo se aban we do onye papa aban we do ebusuo for aban onye ne aban kwa so yi etimi for do nyina. We are so funny, we are so petty, we are unproductive and unpatriotic. Lamentations in kwa you need the problems. John Jina Papa only problems. When the NDC was in power, most of these challenges that we are going through today, couldn't they have appreciated it? Or so I say happy, couldn't they have just decreased that problem? When they are in opposition, and look at the money bufu mono. They preach like the men when they get to power. Yes, when they get to power. A typical example is this political party in power. As you see, you are too when you question them back, they have a problem with it. I feel them a problem for this political party, MPP. You want to protect the public purse? And this is how you are demonstrating your protection of the public purse? You want to come to power as an opposition? And all you do is to yell and propagate and be mischievous in every step this government also takes? We are fed up with their tricks, no. We are fed up with their tricks because we have suffered too much for some of these things to inure to a few people. Few people. On my chichiri and Oseripa Kakrebi Nkwana Enya Home Faswa. Emuso and never advertise idea about papers in the Abekono. Obi. Advertisement to buy advertising by Abekono. And what's in the job opportunities. The entire no be omo legonphobia omo year. 92. Na ye be a traditional 92 be 992 na why man. Na man for say any business. Everything that we do in this country, sika be di enim kan.
And that's the challenge.
Everything that we do,
because and sometimes I minim say a man for any bread briska woman. But
I see because the system is loose. And no one was saying no cry 7 Wagana. And no one said no cry 7. People can stand up and say that where's your bayaku, where your can keke, or Jimmy Yaku be a Wakana Sake, or Meku ni pasa and where as a normal person as a casting way. Why should this even strike my mind? When we are talking about some of these things, people take partisan positions. Where you can say, there you are also who panic background or you're being funny him therefore our no or take us any cause or Casasa. If we don't want to say a crony a 1 year miamana near the solitary better society and a baby pupunyo. As a woo, that the problems in their mind. We should be responsible citizens and leaders should be responsible leaders. The solution of this country lies with us, not with IMF, not with Germany, not with London, not with America. Otu mem na lose identity. Lose identity. Otu mem wa lose identity. Lose identity. Copying blindly. Then party Ghana claim so free man on benom. Why?
Sir?
Why? Ni party Ghana claim so free man on benom.
Ghana nsuo no.
Why? Young Kwana just say we also know ourselves. Young entity chat. Young the school. Young potem. Nobody was overly self-made. They were self-made. Who was self-made? Who was self-made? Or self-made or whatever, you know. And you now self-made the war. Ghana contributed hugely to us being self-made. Oh, bow milk Ghana now union scouts have to throw your waste about. Says we were already self-made. We were living our life already. My brother, we know you. When people get power, don't abuse the power. Now, if you have money, Obi.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't have 3 Ghana. We have only 1 Ghana.
If there is one thing I was say, ye babum ebe kutia eye nipa any brefuska because eno ne be pia mama moja ewo blood bank waton as a goro boy. Eno ne be pia ama ene
immigration officer kwaje 5
immigration officer waje 5 cities. Eno ne be pia ama say e was say we could deliver premix fuel what divert their
and no be ma ene jomni ba pe apro ugina kwa wa otoro hwe bengu ni fa no amu amachero. Yes, and no be ma obi nim say we oya illegal connection is what chin any on ka hwenche no el man chichiriye cannot just be left for few people to do.
It can't. The am a bufu crane the people who are like the pivot around whom Bibia ever revolve, or money a civil servant and a public servant. Because without a strong civil servant, our forward march never be a problem. And Ghana a problem can see Bakopani say we have a very weak, extremely corrupt civil service.
They are no, you know. They are no, you know. Obasa obi changing your ma. Now, when I'm catch one, they be about this example. It's not funny. Or my intimacy information there Google office. Yeah, Ekos and we are one of the means that people think they can adopt.
Boss audio.
Na enye ni. Also says here there now they Google offices.
No, not also there na or the kobo mu hu ana.
Gabi tell you Rebecca say him do dey go. MDC your workers say MDC say time kura. Oh my, now it tells you crash you nyina because camera is such a place no. Cameras all
strategic national asset.
Say camera be anya duma that night no. They were in charge of security say pamno. No cry that's if you yemfa agana bia mamu de. Now what the correction about the session say oh your campaign against say cry yemfa obi abesi agana bia on fie be won to kwa. Epuano amount for ton aboard no. Oban cry hand Ghana ha. Epuano is the cheapest place to be because obeko free zones one more adwuma no. Amount for free body no hosa jai no megum sa. We're harming ourselves. We're harming ourselves. E kure call blaster kokun to kwaba e dia nguase ba wie na obi a che na adwa no. Na yasa koda. Ye try work up na setting nipa 434 na yasa go jam bra. If you solve a problem na wi. Yes, so focal.
Yeah, appointing coaches.
Yes, so focal. Yes, so focal. So what I say? That is the kind of country you're building. Grand Kitty Mundu 18 years, or Mundu 10 years, 5 years. Near the more yard with Cassetia president in political parties in this country. Kitty. No more Casacasa anyhow. And Nesuku and Quadakrano. A teacher phone to me, Tino Monsa, you almost on Tiamo. We are Ghanaians, so we are not Americans.
Capital punishment a year free.
I'm saying we are Ghanaians. Dano, teacher ni be bedin komo wahanu se no ma bi o ka kire no. O ba onum ka say oh dabi o dey cry. O say sign it also dabi o. Why? We have an identity as a people. We have a culture. And a chance ka say okodi akawa o mbestre ne sa. Ba o ka say enko ne enko pe fried rice bi obi ane ne beko. Important de o mbeka so de su krase ni de bi si da. We are exchanging whatever we have.
One of my favorites.
Yes, we are exchanging whatever we have. Your quality for Bonidie. Ajoyan ki tie and die. Yengina jaishe.
That's a tie and die, no.
I
think no problem. Then they say
two what are more advancing. I papa, but we not patronize.
Oh no, but to be fair, Ghanaians and how we embraced the made in Ghana.
Made in Ghana. No. What's the yard and the Gusiadi? And then I would more project by no. mo short to bako and Jackson Revi.
Last 2 years.
And no will be better than saying. And more attack what you know, Jaff, you know, too. And more attack what Western there. Western there, though.
Asempa FM.
Oh, for baby, Western there, Western there, and the Western there, don't know. Western there, though. I did chat.
Western there,
what has an hour to go? Ah, me exactly when we said this question. Please. No. Pacho. Let me just get out before this
crowd has phobia.
Me a that noise.
Now then saying.
What's your problem?
Me problem saying.
Oko has.
Me has. Yes, me ko. Me hoda da. Na me ko.
Da
me dia den.
Hey,
na okay.
Na okay.
Na me di kotoko ye den.
Anonim dey si wo has.
Ah, dia na kotoko no. Ade ba ne no. Dia na fensa.
Uku mapema, apema oba.
Apembe ya.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in this guy.
Me see phobia. Me phobia. Yes, I'm feeling be me phobia. Me do team no keke. Me do team no keke.
But Charles had or issues kakana.
There issues.
What Jimmy same crowd? No, Jimmy same.
Problem say what me phobia.
But I'm so hurt too. I'm so hurt.
I said your friend is saying Honorable Samuel Atamils kind of say, your friend saying, I'm not done, but I respected you. Charles, no, my do.
Oh, Jack.
If you go, some good dresses in Akopa.
Ah, being a good as a cobra.
But Charles wouldn't be SU has me.
Genesi. Ah, Genesi.
But me what you be hold
everyone.
Mr. Genesi, a quadrant here, Genesi.
Ah, not team, just hold him the AC.
Living the Genesi. House of Folk is still House of Folk.
No, wait, Fantini Becca said Charles. Is it Brabo?
No, is it not normal? House of Bobo and Obelus match.
And what's I was supporting her? Me,
House of Folk.
There got a man supporting her.
Just I'm blood. Maybe be a House of Folk.
Jai.
Oh, my Obi, I'm unim. A Bibia or Babetran, Obi don't invite me. It's a very serious matter. Or Bibia Babetran, House of Folk. Oh no. But I want to be someone.
I didn't back where one part say me who so be supporting us. Hey, name me one papa.
No, Obi.
So be supporting us.
Let me tell you. I am not doing an amoche. As a folk team, no, I was on. Team being who organ ha. I share on mine any munyam.
Oh, please. Oh, please, no put a mention here. Me patron.
Yeah.
Me patron.
You got your time. You got your time. House of Folk team became a Black Star team.
Oh,
and I only.
Oh, man from fire.
That be only man.
Man from fire.
Just I want here now.
One match pay in Nigeria for Cobalt.
One match pay. No. Kotoko ni o.
Na say na Kotoko player.
Kotoko player.
Na Kotoko players too.
No player ben.
Ni players too. The
player ben.
No players do.
Players. House of Folk 11.
Oh.
See, Obi Munya.
You
see, I agree from. Ya Chimachi Asham 4-0 da.
Oh, please.
Ya Chimachi 4-0 da. I was asking. So, what
Kotoko your team?
Ya can't
Kotoko your team. Now support the team, man.
When I deal glass here, no team no. Has 11 and it's a mighty team.
Who support Has?
Oh, me na me te Warriors chapter 105 for just so.
I get team was super problem.
House of Folk.
Has 11 is a mighty team. Has 11 is a mighty team. Has 11 is a mighty team.
Hey, arrows.
Be quiet and don't be silly. We are the phobia, House of Folk. We never say that.
It's
a mighty team. It's a mighty team. It's a mighty team. Phobia. No size. Phobia say. Ana Kotoko. Me ka say go.
Kotoko egu. Wa say ma get ko no.
No.
Now you serious there.
Na mo mutim na ho.
Yeah, league leaders yeah. Meaning come away remember. General Mosquito, General Secretary ma NDC. General Akwaba na pom to say.
Yeah, jam pa chome ho ye pa.
Yeah, danyame ase. Kwaku bu ahin wa ha osi otia o cha so wusu wa ha. Ono so otia.
Oh, na kwaku o ha de ase de komo bia ni ha ase nka mo frɛ me.
Oh, that be we there. Kwaku de no ye beka ba wo de no nso hia yen. Why?
Yo,
cha so wusu say o ka asem bia kyerɛ general.
Tie me general tie me. Unia Bema Koye, and called me Jao. Also, me offer. I said, my dance is me, show me who offer now, I'm Kakra.
There, well, who say, you are 10 years from Bepoda. So, we are Kalana, very offer. Now, the offer, corridor. Open offer, Benyano. I could quite obey Nino and the Diababes.
Yo, General, where the you ever born it tell your friend why in your bonnet? There is a motion in Parliament for MPs. So Speaker admitting motion now on be subject to debate. Maybe a committee will be formed. Do you opinion and say yen share your man penny dada mills new wonim near quite of fast so free at for assassin. So as the largest opposition party, you know. And the man we are talking about run on your ticket. Mojen is saying, me pacho.
Oh, Menda, Simetia for Matis Asem, na and Sana bit me for one. I say, beside what say, a dear Ben or more copy, then a more coffee, or munimo or more coffee happy. On say, and a mombia utua, as I say, who say. Ade we na dama ni so a me kwa akɔhwehwɛ na ewom sɛ speaker nyanye motion no ntu hu de na me megidi sɛ ebi kura sɛ wɔn antimi anta question a ne bisa yi a enya de bi a betimi attract speaker office asɛ ebedru parliament evita parliament sɛ o ye motion ye ntia ɛsɛ sɛ Edifa mu leadership so na sign court speaker ho and na bedru house ho ne say there were certain requirements there ye be hwehwe ne ye hu say asemo a ubisa no edimu say ye family with the parliament time ba ko ne say so ka say ye parliament nko hwehwe ade bi mu ade a ewo public record say obi e pa obehu e da ho a ye ko hwehwe no Yenche danko pe committee say ana parliament committee bi say onko hwehwe abra nema eye available ewo public record yenche danko ti parliament say committee say onko hwehwe ntina me bi say e de den ena wo mo pen wo atames wo no ho a ebe hia say parliament committee na hwehwe
So, motion paper now, General, almost say that this honorable house constitutes a bipartisan committee to unravel the unending mystery surrounding the death of the late President Mills, which sad event occurred on 24th July 2012. Would you almost say to unravel the unending mystery surrounding the death?
Unending mystery, no, because. I say so to me a produce particular I say ibi wo atamels wo no ho a mysterious and yet known to anybody and until ye ko hwehwe nti ade kode a o say eye mystery obi wo ho anadwene mu no obetumi anya agene bi say bibi ye mysterious wa bra na bibia ni ho a eye mysterious nti so to me ma particulars about the mystery who say Samora Macha, no, ye president, Mozambique. Okowu plane accident, plane crash here. NBC plane crash here. No, South Africa, apartheid South Africa. That man or more fighting against apartheid South Africa. Not Samora Macha, no, any frontline states meaning against South Africa. You can say. One more likely say apartheid and na Eddie Reid be I mean directly plane no ama akop him before be a crash. And as I say, yes, share the cause of the plane crash. I say no obia nim de ma bomu wo wie mu yenim de si ye na crash here. Sa na tie say plane be a crash here. Your black box will be wom. A record near ma it happened immediately before the crash. na yakoye se ye nyina ke asase so ha enim de na happy o wiem ho nti akrache nti yenko hwehwem eno de ne kwa mu so obekọ akọhwehwem the same area ho se Mandela yare ekoda hospital no wuye Ekosiisen o ti say ti committee say ekọhwehwem Mandela wu ibili asama because a normal process here ewu efasoba enunti no obi so wo ha obetie ye se ade chin ye kobie ne dan na wawu ye obi awo no se kan akunu oda obi anim kwanye ofa so wu ye obi ani ho ebi ni je bi dan kwade ya anti ye hwehwemu obi so wo ha obekokra na ade achi ye kobo ni prumu a onchore ye bu punu na ni na sebe na no po akuro na wawu obi ani ho odi adantie enti ye ni made ekunu no enti ewuo binum atofuwo enom ne nyama ne mata bia no woka se ye nkote baasunku enko hwehwemu enhunu de esi ya ana obi akose ne ho akonfo obi ani ho ye nko hwehwe de esi ya eda ne kwamu na we de ya kokora oyare ye Ghana fo nyina nim so oyare enipa binum kura abo na wuto more than emprensa ansana nyame efre no because the last summer they did come na wuto no South Africa and am the news ba say wawu e ma ye ndi fo ye sun ye ni ade a ko si se na oboa no ye tin kasa no ba oba oyare ampa no wuye nyame boa no ma ne betra wiase eya adwuma kodu se osan yade no san ababiem enti da yade no ba biem a oko abrochire no o free hako na ye di nsu abase o inkoma enna aban yi enkitahudi a ebra na President Mahama ko ja no kwan wo mudi no wo airport eno ye bebo ma eyi enimfoni ma Ghana fo nyina hu ye se wo mo e ka se wawu ye de no ko ndakoma enye no kre ene ye de no ko ye da oba the NDC for bodom pen ekoshia no wo airport saada no ena wo si free play ma se obekai mfoni na o ye se or trotto a sportsman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mekai pa.
Ena obaye. Enti ewomua na ne hododo no o celebrate ni birthday dinner. Eno akin be na nsa na asese. Ena ne hododo no. Na busuafo ete ne nchen ya kosise emu ye din a o mo refer no ede no ba 37. Enti 37 so by Dr. Forbese in Siana Senson. Ewa ni ho ye he na kosise o jamu. Obi so ko wu doctor. Ye wo ho ayi a protocol so a ye de fa so. Ebi o ho te ye do doctor ho wo wu a doctor for na he protocol so me a oda say ye nim de ku no ye nye postmortem. Ni aye ni a document ho records nyina wo ho aban institution bia pesa records na available because e 37 ho na bi so wo abushefo enunti tesa ne manyina ti esi ye so ya mfans ye se Professor Messi Muye no ti ase ana watu ayira ti se konfanoche ye bo amane e ma kwanye se e fa so ede dano ye na ye ekosie no bia ye ni nyina wo petemu obi a meka se Professor Messi no na ye dano na obi funu ni ebe de dano ana se watu ayira na ya be ditro se wu ana se yakosi adaka hunu bia ekese no ne wuye enu tini imagine mo me sha na mu se so obi ka se on ending mistra se ewo nipa na adwin mu a oncheche mu na ye hu ba bia ni ministry no wo because the American nyina ho records nyina ada ho peke ni ti dia ba na ye coffee sha ese se ko say parliament adage Because Parliament also, Musumatra Hoda, in say, and yes, I said in Prediasa, the BBRC tribunal control speaker, then one say the Abasa made debate. Speaker better find out. Say, a dear being national agents or anti-parliamentary committee. Say, assembly or honor on public records. Parliament in Anti Investigative Committee. It amounts to wasting resources of Parliament because they are there here. And then the NCT committee, and it's a dear record no baby. People are to your cockroach and say Fabra near here, singing farmer. Now, only right to be a say, who keep NTBA. The binti no there see young cohere. Enti a bit say presidential travels so expensive here. Ye ka say minister oheso Fabra na ye ha o ti on fa mana matter of state security no nyama nyama. Enti champ ye ka ye nko hwehwe mu a e da ne kwan mu. Na say no e dia ben ye ko ye me a Tamil's post-mortem. And now, Mokota now say, I did say 37 honor, you know, say, Naples Mutim be here now, Amanya now say. And now, on mine no na be sad, and I indicate to say you were on ending mystery, Biana.
And many honorable are not on prayer, many honorable are not on prayer in common. His argument was, say, so the circumstances surrounding the death. Time time on Modini free Castle about 37. There have been conflicting reports. Ebi say you need to pick up a chi. Ebi say omo need to car we. Ebi say ambulance battery nim. In semna kwa koye bebre. And they as parliamentarians, the people's representative, no, have to get to the bottom of that. Timia set protocols in how to handle our president in the case of BBC.
The fact say MPP no presidency Moses.
Absolutely.
It is almost previous president, you know.
Asempa FM.
Or yare na no to pick up one tea a whole record ni presidency wa omubitimi ehu. Ana say I will 37 ho. Now ko records ye de ba ho a ene kwan atames ye fa so de no ba ho a. In 37 ho so uhu records of kwan of fa so ba ho. Any doctors ya ehwe no. Anyhow. So I don't know how will still be maybe I'm hearing it for the first time. Says here they don't pick up money. I'm hearing it for the first time.
Oh, one says how story that.
And you'll be home. Not all no speculation. Every one night and answer person creative. Person creative confusion. You can be confused. You can confuse yourself. That doesn't mean that the rest in society are confused. The upper say, who speculate say why you're at to say quarter. Israel pros and how it's not a maira. And the area of the Aginimun say, me critique Aginibi say, my essay, such speculation near the Adiniano. Any nipa a free or more. It is a woo quack critique, speculation. I was your need the company say, one money pie the not to pick up a man or a president. And now, MPP better key over officially. Have they declared, they say, the former president to pick up a move because of records? So, what is the mystery they are trying to unravel? And I hope, from my experience of Parliament, matters like this may not go beyond the Speaker's office.
Baby.
Because any basis here, so at the certain parliamentary committee, we satisfy any of the conditions. And the first speculation and conduct business to Parliament. It is okay now, concoct mystery about yourself or now about BBBI. It's your own business. And this cannot be used to waste Parliament's time. because records say nipa ojan in throughout the last week ya o celebrating his birthday kosi say ya de edumbe den or evening no people were there nipa kokan ni home and celebrate his birthday no after birthday only me kuma atamel and the over kosi say oyare ya omode no ba hospital ni ade nya only new chief of staff no me the ADC.
Okay. President Mills.
Yeah, and we are doing about 37. Doctors no cry emoni omone 13 panin for at the baby I communicate to find out updates on your manema continuous that me hunipa kochi say oh yeah and the minute he died obiaya away I was at 7 and so we had to trigger Nema, as I see a trigger said the bay vacuum now ya creating will be solved. Now my emotions and override said the yagene. Now you boost state business to emotions. And you know say Obi Babeka say there is a mystery he wants to unravel. That mystery exists only in his head. Now the mystery be existing in Naginimu. And no say you could say or mind me tam. Because you way say Dr. Asare I can't say and pain says more than close to 80% of Ghanaians Yajinimuno a kind kakra. Now will be a maybe a direct no. And I have friend said but damn for Eden Coke again. And then he said Bibi or Bacophobia Jinina Bibi had no anymore. That cannot be the basis, he said. Ye could say parliament in your time say. Obi Ajin say mystery view baby. But there will be a mystery no.
Okay. General
so Emma further and better particulars of the mystery is talking about. How can then a committee be set up to do that?
Finally on this one, General, Ebiaka, and I think there is this school of thought our Monsufi say. This is not just a mere, this is a sitting president. Do you think, sir, being the first sitting president, we should just take the post-mortem report and that's all, and which reporter, mostly a secret, they take custody of, should we just accept an encore and go to sleep? Now, the state would know, say, a sitting president through these means now say a course where I was see a fakwan way so na bibi sa NCBO.
A dear by in the state no any about no. What about other for no state no? Oka say state no nimua obi foforo bi nko an nimua enti e kohe.
Okay.
Nema me bo so yin na records of state.
Okay.
Ade okwa yare okọ oyare no okwa yare ha. And your state can
absolutely.
And who records in the hall? And your hospital, you have the correct born, no. And your state in a quarter to Hulu, and your whole records in the hall. So, what is the state going to look for? And from whom? And the circumstances to do what the BTMC are information known to anybody, no, and only a co-investigate and not matters here. Our record so
already in the public
does
domain.
Not constitute anything to go and look for such things.
Okay.
And until a state, compile records about a Tamil's death. They know where the records exist. They can assemble them and keep them where they want to keep them. Say archives, say info. It is not a subject here. You see, the BB mystery view of how there is no mystery as far as we are concerned. It is Obi Koboni Trimu. You say, you see, the attempt to pick up what you did. Not said there is nothing like that here. The records were what said. Entina castle or ambulances here is subordinate to her. And these things, more my entrance, now conduct the business of state based on lies and speculation. Tautomate.
Yeah.
Empty no. But many Susu say, the Ekoso no. And say, attempt to be as usual to divert attention of the nation to Myanmar, Tabi, and here away from burning issues, our national agenda, so you discuss it. Now, and once MP before me, answer. And we did anymore.
994.
Woman, a
4.
One more assignment here, every woman so. And the other me, young compare India. Get the betumwa, Anya Kurano, radio stations, the best retribution for. I have read from them for you discussing one amount for you see problems here. What I say, discussing. We are still my nagin. If you now only make us a you because me did say, so man call Falisa. What of course, the people I who mean for you. The man call Falia and Kabia over Fremeno. But I say, he lived in Okra, I do say. And now I said, ya pesa so bi akọ President Mahama ho e ho asem ti sen ana Ghana grade ya International Credit Worthiness of Ghana Moody's when they are grading no they say ti sen e mu ti sen that subject na e bia ni ho a e ya akonoma MPP aban enu ti yanko pe bibi mebom said the bear, you bet guys, I near my near quiet day of mine in the jet, which he went at a plane the cool, a busy from my fan, a busy to say, a busy about which she say, Munia, which she say, etc. To not at someone at down my name to say, yeah, but be our mind jump in papa. I see in our talk to a near pet, near a gubreno, near giant, no, near cut. Ibisa na mi kan da bia se yenyai abawu enkoka kurasem oba wuda ho yedi ho abobo ani draba na wajai okura ebe ma o yakwa na wajai oba na wawu no wona no chekura ebi na o mpese yakokoye na etie bia no bibibia ni ha ubetimi dia kata problems no so etimi gidi say na ochi we asemo asese Ghana fo bisa MPP fo ni say e-levy no e wo he because that one about kata fidie so abeka say NDC fo acheda ena yama bagbe ejari awojani akotra ba bi say oyare say de beya yenya no ntra konyamu ne apasi e-levy enti se ampasi e-levy a ebebo wo Mahama ebebo wo bagbe ntri so se bagbe na ba na otwini omo e-levy no ade na ma parliament enti omo twan ama o twan kobie mu a yesi bagbe e-levy enti na bagbe afiri ha.
So omo withdraw so omo ye consultations kakra ana
edebe consult na omo nim say consultation ye nwie na se bagbe san ho ya dia ede na ekobie mu bagbe Tautomate na omo nim say time no consultation na omo ya blame a omo de come bagbe na ase ni say
Asempa FM
eno ti omo kasa no problem we da omo so no there be a person project problem no this one will be for fraud. Mo consultation amoye. Akire ya dwini pefe say. The amoye no nye consultation. Eti ejira ba bia yejina. Say, ye NDC for no there. Ye 137, ye 20 year e-levy no.
Oh, still
consultation amoye no abonteni ade ade nyina no. MP for baba beto saaba no wo ma tisu ebia say 137 no ye dey 20 enti working on MPC a omo ye 138 no na say 138 no betra ho pass ya ye bedi ncho say mo pass ma de enti ye ya kan ya jini mo 138 o ha betimi pass ada na mo fa ma na mo pass na mo nenam na mo de ho blame ma nipa mo frɛ minority ayen 138 yen vote ntimi party ade no na ye vote so sɛ mo yɛ mo adwuma yi ayen ye vote no so ntimi nsɛ ade no ho he ade na mo de ho so bo na eboye.
But General, still for members of the minority 137, no, still no, omunyina 20 year levy no. Against system be amai.
Oh, na dia na ba ebe ma against system aba.
So almost so mate so kakra ba 1.5.
Oh. Masa, ye ka se woni obi ebe ye discussion, consultation, normal build the consensus. Consensus is different. Consensus building is different for information sharing. Can we take you decision? No about say any guns are almost going no. Say one more could be Ghana problems in also. Actually, Ghana for say a hand yadru into Bia Fanajemra. Quite for problem, you ever fast one yet Kadia ABC. No overcast empty. Yeah, they are not to say, young who quite for problem, yeah, the faso, and yet sky and I just say you are consulting the people. I will tap one more ideas. You bet me about be tougher. Now, you be a cause of problem. Now, can say, oh, my year will hear maybe imagine say, you live the year ma, me be chat senior high school yimu ile bia ma munya nso nyare ile bia ma munya we ma entieni me convince mo say ile bi no kwa na the way out munyi ntumu eno ya consensus building o afa wagin say we be convince obi amanaje wagin no atumu no o man kasa anti consultation ase ana consensus building wo mo nti ase because alien concept to them. And
wow.
And they are not touching the fundamental problems, no. One more presenting one more decision as theater complete and trying to convince everybody to come along. But there's nothing to show, say, one more ideas are the best ideas in this particular case. And they are almost in your consultation.
For now, the only way out for them is to mobilize almost 138 MPs. No, now that the speaker is in.
It's one of the ways out. You can't say that is the only way out.
Okay.
But say the Ekosiisen Parliament today. Say another way out is to withdraw it and readjust their budget.
Absolutely.
Another way out.
Absolutely.
Now, the woman insists say. He left you know, come rain, come shine. He said the Nana Kufu Adokan and San Otukwai. He said the finance minister so I can. The woman they feel say, narrowly noir, he live in noir, one more passy, come rain, come shine. And yet, the only way out, and they say, Ombe mobilize 138 MPs now, Marcot.
General, my nasi, you better say in Comobio. Why?
No.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That will be friendly. Achiche aye mono. And no one send me be Hong Kong. Once that they are make us a young so. You quite now quite no.
And car would die, I was here tonight.
And car would die, I would say quite no tonight. Namotiva da ever come on. I feel like I say I come. And the ever crank Casabi.
Me patrol you. Yeah, that's it. And that's General Mosquito Johnson, I see you don't get here, or General Secretary, Edema Opposition NDC, and I'm what you see, and